Hey, welcome to Wealthy Wednesdays Lunch and Learn series. This is the 2025 edition, and we are going to be with you as many Wednesdays as possible, delivering you the insights, tools, and tips that will help you to elevate your financial life this year. You know, the time is over for fighting against the flow. What do I mean? You're spending more money than you make. You're investing in things, concerned about investments in the wrong areas, at the wrong times, in the wrong amounts, for the wrong reasons. So we're going to get it all straight. And what we're going to do is we're going to start at the bottom and we're going to go to the top. But periodically, we're going to take your questions, and we might do an episode on your questions. So we already, from last Wednesday, January 1st, and can you believe we're already a week into the year? Last Wednesday, we got a couple questions. And so we took one of those questions and we're going to turn it in today's Lunch and Learn series. So grab your lunch, grab your coffee, grab your popcorn. You can write this number down if you so choose, and you can text us while we're going live. You can text us or you can chat right in the chat box, and you can ask questions. And if we get them in a timely enough manner, we will be happy to answer them. Now, let me tell you a little bit about who I am. My name is Derek Gant, and I have been in the financial service industry for well over 30 years. I stopped counting after I hit 30 years. I specialize in investing assets for individuals that are retiring. That's what I'm absolutely incredibly amazing at. But I'm equally as amazing in helping people who need to get to the point to where they're accumulating millions of dollars or hundreds of thousands of dollars so they can retire and live a great life. So we talk about investing. We talk about the day-to-day things that need to happen in order for you to live your best financial life. Now, most people are attracted to individuals, content creators that talk about, let me make you rich. Let me show you how to be a multimillionaire. You can do it. It's the prosperity preaching. I'm not against it. I'm all for it. However, everything comes in its season. So the very first step is to accumulate some money. It's to get even. Most people don't have $500 anywhere, but you're concerned about investing. You're thinking about these other things that have nothing to do with you truly becoming financially secure. So instead of preaching, come check me out, you can be rich, I'm going to be preaching, you know what? Let's prepare for your future financial freedom, because your freedom is relative to who you are. If you make $80,000 a year, or if you spend $4,000 a month, freedom for you is $5,000, $6,000 a month of passive income, right? Money coming in the door that you don't have to go earn. It's coming in no matter what you do. That's financial freedom for that person. Another person might need $10,000 a month of monthly income to cover their living expenses, and maybe they're bringing in 10 or 15. That's financial freedom, but it's bringing it in without actually having to go work. Okay. And I think people get it confused. They get confused with the statements of having some money and having real money, because real money is about you having a net positive. Being net positive is real money. So let me give you an example. So, and this is not today's session, but people will say, "Oh yeah, I got $10,000 saved up in the bank," and they think so they got some money, but they got $25,000 of credit card debt. That means you're net negative 15,000. You don't have any money. And see, the game is to blind you by making you believe you have some money because you see $10,000 in your savings account. But when you owe somebody 25,000, you're negative 15. And that's the number. If you don't remember anything else this season meaning 2025, make sure that you're tracking the right numbers. And that is your net worth. You want to track your net worth. I'm not talking about net worth this episode. So this episode, we got a question. And the question was, and this is exactly how it was texted in. I'm going to read it to you. The question was, let's see. No, that's not the question. Could you please? No, that's not the question. Where's the question? I'll just tell you what the question is since I didn't prepare to find it before I jumped on. The question was, should I get my car loan first or my HELOC loan first? That was the question. That was all they asked when they text me. And just so you know, a HELOC loan is a home equity line of credit. HELOC, home equity line of credit. I'm suggesting to you that we have this conversation. We talk about just buying a home. Having a home equity line or buying a home, not the exact same thing, but close enough that we can have this discussion. And my answer to the question was, do the HELOC first, do your home loan first. If you are going to buy a vehicle and you need to buy a home and you need to do it in the same time frame, right? You need to do it pretty closely together. I actually had this happen for myself. I needed a new vehicle. but I was also right in the middle of buying this house. And so I will share with you information, tools, techniques that will increase your assets and decrease your liabilities, which increases the proximity to financial freedom or being wealthy. So, when we talk about financial freedom or being wealthy, one of the things that I want you to look at is what that truly means. And so what does it mean to be wealthy? Poverty is the bottom 11% of our society. 75%, that's the middle class. 75% is the working and middle class, and it shows you the range of where they are most of the time. And then the next 10% are the individuals that are financially free. They're able to pay their bills. They're not living check to check. They have at least $10,000 saved up in an emergency type fund. Their credit's under control. And then, of course, we have the top 2 to 4% who have all the money in the country, in the world. So where do you fall is the question. If you're in that 75%, which most people are, hence the 75%, you need to be listening to this Lunch and Learn. And I would suggest to you that you subscribe to our YouTube channel or subscribe to our LinkedIn or wherever it is you're catching this from, because we're actually going live on 4 or 5 different platforms. We're going to be here all year, and we're hoping and wishing and working towards growing the number of people that are future financially free. Their future is financially free. So you are on the path. You are in the game. That's what we're doing here. That's what we hope to accomplish by being here with you today. So we want to come through during your lunch hour while you're only spending, a small window, and it's not after work. It's not before work. It's on your little break. And if by chance you don't get the break at this particular time, you can always, rewind, watch it, replay it. You can always text us, and we're happy to help you get there. The next thing that I want you to understand is that there is actually a formula to being financially free. And again, financially free is having more passive income, meaning you don't have to work for it. You don't go to work for it, having more passive income than your monthly needs. So we want to cover our monthly expenses. That's what we're trying to do. I would love to say, I just can't seem to do it. I would love to come on here and promote, we're going to make you a millionaire. Let's get rich together. I mean, that's great language. I would love to be able to do that. I can't do it. I'm a professional. I'm a consultant. I've been managing money for so long that there's enough people out there lying to you that you can get rich tomorrow. I'm going to tell you the truth. Here's the formula. You got to take your current income, what you're going to work for, and you need to manage and budget that income properly to the point to where you have a surplus. A surplus means you have money left over at the end of every month, money that we can put away. Part of that money that you're putting away, you need to put it in an emergency fund. You don't have any money unless you have $10,000 in the bank. That's the starting point. Think about that as the ticket to get into the real game. I mean, to get in life's real game of being financially free, of being wealthy, of being rich, of becoming a millionaire, it's got to start somewhere. Start with 10,000. Then we're going to take any surplus above the 10 and we're going to figure out how to create multiple streams of income. The average millionaire, the average self-made millionaire, self-made, not somebody that inherited or won the lottery. The average self-made millionaire has at least 7 streams of income. We're not doing that show today either. We'll talk about the multiple streams of income another day. Today, we're talking about what you should be doing with your debt. As far as should you be buying a car or a house, which one should you be buying first, and how do you figure that out? So once you understand that you have multiple streams of income and you are managing your initial budget and you're above water because you saved some money, all of that extra income from those multiple streams should be going to create more revenue or stacking it up to build your net worth. And then you want to, get your core cash position ready. Now you might think, well, $10,000 is my core cash position. Nope, that's your emergency fund. Your core cash position is $100,000 of accessible money. That means money that you can go get. It's not in a 401k. You're not taking a loan on it. It's not tied up into something that's locked up. It's going to cost you a huge penalty. It is money invested in stocks, bonds, mutual funds in a way that you can access it, or liquid. I'm a big fan of liquid. I think that especially if you base it on the last few years of emergencies and circumstances, you need to have $100,000 stashed away. You do. Then you want to invest every dime above that 100. Every dime above the 10 goes into multiple streams of income. Once you hit 100, because you have more income coming in, then you need to get to $100,000 of cash. And you might say, dude, you're nuts. I'm not nuts. I'm telling you the plan. I've been managing money for over 30 years, and this is how it's done. Now, there's more than one way to skin a cat. So I'm not saying this is the only way to do it. I'm suggesting to you, this is the way that most people makes the most sense for them to take this path to elevate their financial life. And once you invest, then you want to complete the cycle. You're going to go again. You're trying to get more money. You're trying to get more money coming in your primary income, and you're building more surplus. If you already have the 10, it's going straight into your core or into your investments. So all those funds are going into those investments. And what we do is we help people to figure out how to unlock their greatness. Really talking about those multiple streams of income. And we help you design a playbook. Part of your playbook is the screen I just showed you. Where are you on your financial freedom flow? Then you got to worry about your health. Now, I'm telling you, the reason why we talk about this is because 24K Life is all about, it's a philosophy about excellence, mind, body, spirit, and relationships. Okay. We have to get our money right. We have to get our body right. We have to get our mind right. And if you get those things sharp, you're going to make more money. And we're here to make more money so that you can live that life that you've always dreamed of. I wrote the book, the 24K Life Code. It maps all of this out, right? So we're actually money coaches. So we're coaching, and we also have the book. So if you need to make it easier on yourself, by far, jump in and do that. Then we want to 2x your wealth. Think about it. If you have 10,000, we need to get it to 20. If you have 20, we need to get it to 40. If you have 40, we need to get that to 80. And so, we want to help you be more optimistic about actually winning this game, not ending 2025 with the same amount of money that you got right now. We want to end the year with more money in our pocket. So let's finish this up with the question. Should I do a home loan first or a car loan, assuming I need both? The answer is you want to do the home loan first, because when you buy a car, it is easier to get that loan, number one. And so you don't want to get the car and then have to wait a month or two or whatever, because it's going to affect your credit score. Now, the credit reporting agencies do not share with you how it affects your credit score. I don't tell you how. All you know is that it affects it. And there's 5 components to what your credit score comprises of. But getting a new loan is going to dip your score until you make those first couple payments, and then it's going to come back up where it was, possibly even greater. I will say to you, if you're in a situation that you need to boost your credit and you need a car, but you don't need the house, buying a car and making that car payment on time is one of the strongest, fastest ways to boost your credit. Now, why is credit important? If you are asking that question, then we need to do some one-on-one coaching. But your credit is your gateway to using other people's money to make more money. So we need to get our credit right and tight so that we can use that to leverage our position to invest more than we actually have ourselves. Now, when it comes to the home equity line of credit, or when it comes to buying a home, that is a much more difficult loan to get. So what you want to do is you don't want the inquiry on your car loan, because that's going to ding your credit. If you're going to multiple car dealerships, you're going to have multiple dings. That's going to hit your credit. And all along, your mortgage banker is looking at your credit score. And when they rerun it to finally give you that loan, it's going to be lower, and they're going to call a timeout. What happened? So we want to wait on the car. We want to do the home first. When you're doing the home, even when you are going and looking for a loan, in this particular situation, this person was looking for a home equity line of credit. So they already own a home. They have equity in their house. They want to use that equity to do whatever it is they want to do, make some repairs on the house, redo the driveway, whatever it happens to be. They want to get that home equity line of credit. And so what I shared with them was, listen, you don't want to shop that around to the point to where every one of those companies is running your credit report. You only want it run once. So you want to get an estimate of what the rate is based on the information that you share with the mortgage or lending institution. You don't want everybody running your credit. It's going to ding your score every time. Now, when you do get the home equity line of credit, because it's a more difficult loan to get, or buying your first home, then what you're going to find out is that your score is going to drop once you get the loan. Why? The reason why it's going to drop is because if you get a credit, let's take a credit card. If you apply for a credit card and someone gives you a $10,000 credit limit, the credit card company is going to say, "Oh no, that's not good." All of a sudden, they have more potential for debt, not debt, more potential for debt. So it's going to dip. But the next month, when the balance is still zero, or if you've used it and paid the balance off, then your score is going to go back to even. Then it's eventually going to go up, just like I mentioned on the car loan. So understand that the game is rigged. It's hard to win. That's why we're here during your lunch every Wednesday to give you these insight tips to get you where you want to be. We're asking you to ask some questions, right? Reach out, ask some questions. You can text us. You can ask right here in the chat. We're willing to answer your questions. If they are, make them general. If you don't want to ask a specific question because you don't want people in your business, then ask a general question. So the next question that was asked is that, how do I make sure I get the best rate? You don't need the best rate. You need the rate that works the best for you. Now, people get caught up in rates, and I understand it makes great sense, but here's the thing. The only reason why you have to get caught up in the rates is if you can only afford the minimum payment that they're offering you. So if you're buying a house and they say, "Hey, this is going to this loan is going to cost you $2,000 a month, and the rate is 4.5%, but you really want it to get 4, all you need to do is make an extra payment every year, and you're going to turn that 30-year note or that 4.5% interest rate into a much lower rate. You can control this by adding money to the equation, shortening the window of the loan and the amount of money that's being accredited. The interest is being accredited to the liability that you owe. That's your bill. So don't get caught up in the weeds. Make sure you understand that it takes tenacity, focus, information, and support to get where you need to be. We're not going to spend an incredible amount of time bogging you down. We're going to give you the information that you need to elevate your financial life week in and week out. And by the time we get to the end of the year, you will have an amazingly solid foundation You have even a better foundation if you jump in and you ask questions about your situation. Mr. Muhammad, thank you. Ms. Foster, thank you. I appreciate it. They're telling me that this is dope information. And that's what we want to do. We want to bring you the good stuff. We want to bring you the stuff that's going to put some money in your pocket. And before we close, because I really only want to do a little bit of your lunch, it's lunch and learn. I don't want to take your whole lunch up. But I really need you to understand, as we're looking at your financial freedom, is it doesn't matter how much money you make. I know plenty of people that make $250,000. They owe $60,000 on credit cards, and they only have $5,000 or $10,000 in the bank. And if you recall, when I shared with you earlier, if you're making $250,000, you only have 10 to 15,000 in the bank, but you owe 60. You are net negative. You don't have any money. You are living check to check. And if your check stopped, even at $250,000, you're done. That's a problem. Now you have to go raise your savings. And if you only have 10 to 15 in your savings, you're done. Now you got to go raise your 401k. If you're under 59 and a half and you need to take money alone or take money out of your 401k, like a lot of people did during the pandemic, it's going to cost you extra money. And you have to pay taxes on those dollars. I know the game is rigged and it's a little tough to figure out. That's why we're here to help you figure it out. Now, listen, you can get more of this type of information if you, number one, like and subscribe, share. Number two, you can always reach out to us and you can join our community. We have a community of high achievers. High achievers are people who are already doing well, but they know they can do so much better with a little help, a little support, a little accountability, some insights, and some information. When you have somebody in your ear consistently telling you you can be great, listen, you are great, you can be better. This is how you can be better. And you know what? You're scrolling on social for the nonsense. And we're inviting you into our community to scroll in our community for the real sense. The dollars, the dimes that go to dollars, the dollars that go to thousands, the thousands that go to hundreds of thousands, and you know where it's going from there. So I'm excited about this year. We're offering you, thank you, Tara. Tara's in the community. She loves it. Thank you, Tara. You can scan this code. You can get in the community. We have a tremendous amount of support inside. We do challenges like fitness challenges, because let's be honest, if you don't feel good, if you're not healthy, then you can't go to work and produce at a high level. You're not going to have enough energy to get that raise. You're not going to have enough energy to go back and create those multiple streams of income that we were talking about. It's not going to be there. So we're going to be talking about every aspect of personal finance this entire year. So we'll be talking about your insurances. We're talking about your banking. We're going to talk about investing. We're going to talk about exchange traded funds, stocks, bonds. We are going to cover your credit, your debt elimination. We're going to talk about it all. The cool part is that you get to direct what we talk about based on the questions that you ask. This week was a great question. It was good enough because I'll tell you this much. This is the reason why I covered it, because I have had clients recently, when we talk about, do you have equity in your home, had no idea what that meant. The equity in your home is the difference between what your home is worth and how much you owe. The difference of that is called equity. And you can go get a line of credit against that equity up to about 80% to the value of what you owe, or the value of the home. Not what you owe, but what the value of the home. So if you've owned your home for a long time and you've made a lot of payments and you built up a lot of equity, you can go get that. Now you can reinvest that in a business if you want to make more money, then use that money to pay it back. That's tax deductible. Your equity is tax deductible. So when you borrow money out of your house, it's really the only deduction other than your business expense. So we're going to be here all year helping you figure out how to elevate your financial life. I'm Derek Gant. I want you to be your best, bring your best, leave nothing to chance. Listen, ask questions. We're going to be here all year. We're excited to help you and to bring this information to you. If you really feel like you need some help one-on-one, you need a budget, you need to figure out the number one rule in finance: and that is to keep more than you make. It's not to stay away from the Joneses. It's to keep more than you make. And if you're struggling with that, if you have credit card debt, if you have debt, if you have situations where your money's going out the window, but you're making great money and you know you should have more money, or maybe one of the two partners, if you're married, struggling managing that money properly, you know what? Hit us up. We will be happy to work with you. That same number that I told you can text to ask questions, you can text, and we will send you an appointment link, and we will jump on a Zoom call and help you figure out how to make your life the best ever. Hey, happy 2025. I'm Derek Gant, and I hope that you know we're here to help you level up.
Yeah, it's time to live your life. Derek Gant, show them how to take it to the highest height. Hey, this is more than financial advice. Show you how to take control. Time to get your money right. Money management, I know that we all need financial independence. Yeah, it seems out of reach, but you can make it happen. Now it's time for some action, helping you with your finances. Yeah, we got a passion. Hey, ain't no limit. Now it's time to get it. You deserve to have a life how you want to live it. Secrets to success. Now it's time to get it right. Yeah, I'm talking all about that 24K life. Let's go. This the vibe. For real, I'm trying to tell you. Tell me if you ready to take it to the next level. Derek Gant, talking fitness and investment. Change your mindset and show you how it's all connected. Ain't no need to hesitate or delay. Only way to live life is a 24K. Hey, Derek Gant, let them know. Let's go.